So today I am going to teach you gravitation. From the name of chapter gravitation, we can know that we are going to study about gravity. So what is gravity? It is very familiar term and we already are aware about it. It is simply the force of attraction between the two masses kept at a distance of d. When two masses are kept at a distance of d, there is a mutual force of attraction between the two masses which makes the masses to move towards each other, and this is called as gravitational force. In this gravitational force, a lighter object is always attracted by the heavier object. The reason why it gets attracted, how we can feel the gravitational force, do we also exert some gravitational force, all this will be discussed in the further topics of this chapter. So let us start with this chapter. We know that when we throw a ball up in the atmosphere, it falls down after reaching certain height edge. It falls down again on the ground. We know that all the planet traces a orbit around the sun. We also know that moon also moves around the earth in a fixed orbit. All these movements were studied by Sir Isaac Newton, and after studying all of these movements, he concluded that only one force is responsible for all these movements, and the force responsible for all these movements was gravitational force. Gravitational force. So, how the gravitational force acts in this case? Here Earth exerts a force of attraction towards the center of the ball. When the ball tries to move away from the Earth after reaching to a distance of h, the Earth starts attracting the ball. And due to the mutual attraction of Earth and the ball again falls down on the Earth. And due to this, gravitational force tends the body to move towards itself, because a lighter body will always move towards the heavier one. In the case of movement of planet around the sun, movement of satellites around the planet, there is also gravitational force. So we will further study how gravitational force acts in these two cases. When Sir Isaac Newton studied the movement of the moon around the earth, he noticed that one point of the moon was always tilted towards the earth. One point of the moon was always tilted towards the earth, and this was due to the mutual attraction between the two bodies. This mutual attraction and the attraction due to the earth on the moon makes the moon tilt toward itself. But if in detail we want to study the path traced by the moon around the earth, we will do one experiment. We will take a string. On the one end of a string, we will tie a stone and we will start whirling it in circular direction. When we start whirling the string in the circular direction, we notice that the path of string changes at every instant, and the direction of ball also changes at every instance. And as the direction changes, change in direction changes the velocity. Changes velocity. Changes its velocity, and change in velocity will always give rise to acceleration. This acceleration, it acts towards always center. When body is moving in circular path, the acceleration always acts toward the center of the fixed point. Then this acceleration is called as centripetal acceleration. Centripetal acceleration is also called as center-seeking acceleration, and it tends the body to move towards the center and trace a circular path. And this centripetal acceleration is the one and only which gives rise to centripetal force. Centripetal force. And this centripetal force is the one and only force which makes the moon revolve around the earth in a circular orbit. Here the tension force between the string and the stone lets the centripetal force to act. But in this case, no string is provided. So how the centripetal force get act? So there is a force of mutual attraction, that is the force of gravity or gravitational force, which provides centripetal force. And this centripetal force makes the body move in circular path. So this is the center seeking movement, and the centripetal force plays a very important role in the movement of moon around the earth. So here we notice that if this force of mutual attraction is removed, what will happen? So let us discuss this case. If this string eventually breaks down, what will happen? The stone will act along a straight line, and the force acting along the straight line will make the stone move outside of the circle along the tangent of the circle and trace a straight line path and move away from the center and will move away. In the same case, if here we remove the gravitational force, then the moon will also move along the straight path and move away from its orbit and move away from the earth. And here it also obeys the rule of tangent. It traces a path which is tangent to the circle. So in this way we can know the movement of the moon around the earth also. So from this we get to know that the movement of planets in the universe, movements of satellites, movements of different heavenly bodies is due to gravity and gravitational force.